Good evening. This is at All Sports with LD coming back at you with another YouTube post on my YouTube channel. Before I get into my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Okay, let's get to it. Well, this really comes as no surprise because after the Fury Wilder 3 fight, I did a post where I said indeed I thought he should retire. He stated that he has accomplished his goals. He told his daughter at the time when she was 1 that he would be heavyweight champion of the world and he would be able to take care of her beyond measure. His words. And he's done that. I mean, if you look at his career, he's an exciting fighter. He has held the heavyweight title, at least the WBC version of it. So, yes. So, like I said, he has held the WBC version of the heavyweight title from 2015 to 2019. So, a 4-year reign. Not bad. Not the longest, but still significant in the heavyweight division. He has a 97% knockout rate in the heavyweight division, and in championship fights, I believe it's like 69%. So I definitely think, this is a career worthy of the Hall of Fame, which I think he does eventually get there. But other than that, I don't see much else to prove. No reason to fight Fury again because Fury has his number. Fury is just a better fighter than Wilder. You look at the other heavyweights, there's not really any heavyweights out there that you would want to see him against. Anthony Joshua has his rematch with the Usyk, and I believe it's February 2022. So Anthony Joshua's locked up with that rematch, and really, I'm not sure the fans really want to see a Wilder Joshua fight, and I don't believe Joshua's going to win that rematch anyway. So again, I mean, there's not much out there for him. We can't really see any real benefit for him to keep fighting. I think he has taken enough punishment at the hands of Fury, especially going back to the second fight where he had a dent in his skull. So I think it's only wise that this young man leave the sport of boxing at this time. And by boxing standards, I believe he's 33. Let me check that. Correction, he's actually 36 years old. And by boxing standards, that is an old fighter. So I think it's best he does retire. Not much left for him to do. I believe he got the best out of his talent, as limited as it was. Remember, he started boxing at 19, so it's late in the game. I mean, he developed as much as he could, and he got the most out of what he did have. So, yeah, I think it's time to hang it up. There's nothing left to do. He's accomplished his goals. And plus, I don't want to see him get beaten again and take more punishment, because these 3 fights with Fury took a lot out of Deontay Wilder. And I suspect that's one of the reasons why he's contemplating retirement, because these were 3 grueling fights. And even I believe Tyson Fury said the exact same things. These 3 fights with Wilder took a lot out of him. Now there's word that Fury is forced to fight Dillian Whyte. To be honest with you, I doubt very seriously if Fury takes that fight. I don't see the reason why. I mean, he's already cemented his legacy. But that's another post for another time. Getting back to Wilder. Like I said, this fight has taken a lot out of him. And I would imagine that he woke up after the fight and was like, yeah, I think it's time for me to hang it up. And there are certain points in a fighter's career where after one particular fight, they wake up and it becomes clear to them that they probably can't do this anymore. And you don't wish for them to take more punishment than necessary. So I think it's wise for him to get out now, enjoy his wife, enjoy his children, and find something else to do to occupy his time without competitive fire. I'm pretty sure there will be something along the way, whether it be raising his kids, of course, watching his kids compete in whichever sport they love, perhaps even maybe coaching his kids. I mean, there are other things outside of boxing that he can put his competitive fire to. So it will be interesting in the days, weeks, months, years to come, whether or not we get a decision from Deontay Wilder soon on whether his retirement will be actually announced and it is for good. And one thing I hope for Deontay Wilder before I go is that I hope when he announces his retirement, I hope it is for good. You always hate to see fighters announce their retirement, then come back into the ring, or stay longer than what they should have. I can think of maybe 2 fighters at least that when they retired, they were done. Actually 3. Rocky Marciano, Marvelous Marvin Hagler, and Lennox Lewis. Those are the 3 that I can think of right now, at the top of my head. The 3 fighters that said when they retired, they were finished and they never came back to the ring. So I hope that if Deontay Wilder in the coming weeks decide to announce his retirement, I do hope it is for good. And I do hope we never see him come back at age 40 plus, like some of these fighters come back and talking about winning the heavyweight title. So for now, this is what I have. Until next time, have a good one.